for those who feel it's too late to pursue their dreams. In the grand match of life, the game clock ticks ceaselessly, its relentless rhythm often echoing the fears and doubts that plague our minds. With each passing year, we may find ourselves succumbing to the pervasive notion that our dreams are slipping through our fingers, that we've missed our chance, and that it's too late to become the person we've always wanted to be. This feeling of despair is not uncommon. It grips people from all walks of life as they confront the reality of growing older. However, the perception that our time to realize our dreams has passed is largely an illusion, a mirage birthed from our own insecurities and societal misconceptions. To combat this, let's introduce a new perspective, a framework that allows us to see the potential in every stage of our lives: the football match framework. This framework is a simple yet profound one. It considers the span from age 18 to 78, a window of 60 years, as the optimal interval to pursue our dreams. It then compresses this period into the time frame of a 90-minute football match. The beauty of this analogy lies in its ability to encapsulate our lives in a way that makes it easier to comprehend the time we still have in hand. To apply this framework, we calculate the years that have passed since we turned 18, multiply it by 1.5, and equate it to the corresponding minute in a football match. Consider the case of Mark, a 30-year-old man who finds himself ensnared in the corporate grind, a world away from his long-held dreams of becoming a novelist. Each morning, he rises to the blare of an alarm, dressed in a starched suit, and navigates through city traffic to reach his office. As he toils through spreadsheets and sales forecasts, he can't help but feel his creative spirit wither, a casualty of the cubicle he's confined to. Once, he dreamed of breathing life into characters, crafting engaging plots, and of one day seeing his name imprinted on a hardcover in a bookstore window. But now, these dreams seem more like distant echoes of a naive past than attainable goals. He's begun to convince himself that perhaps his dreams of authorship were unrealistic, that they were nothing more than the folly of youthful ambition. As he turns the page to his 30s, Mark feels a sense of despondency washing over him. He believes that his window of opportunity has closed. He sees himself sitting on the bench, watching his own football match being played by others. His fate, he feels, is sealed. To remain in a job that pays the bills, but starves his spirit. According to the football match framework, Mark would be in the 18th minute of his football game. Anyone with even a passing familiarity with football understands that the 18th minute is incredibly early in the game. Picture a football team, heads low, shoulders slumped, permeated by a cloud of pessimism, merely because they haven't scored a goal by the 18th minute. The image is nearly comedic, bordering on the line of surreal humor. But in many ways, this is precisely what Mark is doing to himself. His despondency isn't so much a reflection of reality as it is a product of the discouraging narrative he's woven into his mind. Mark can't see that there are countless goals to be scored, stunning plays to be made, and nail-biting moments to be lived. To give up at this point would be to rob oneself of the exhilarating potential that the remaining game holds. Fast forward to the age of 40. Picture this stage in life as the 33rd minute of your football match. The first half is still in full swing, rife with the excitement and intensity of the opening bouts. The game has evolved from its initial moments. The players have sized up their opponents, and strategies have been tweaked. Yet so much more lies ahead. There are still unexplored tactics, untouched opportunities, and unforeseen turns that can flip the match on its head. The pace of the game is quickening, much like the accelerating rhythm of life at this stage. The stakes are rising, the goals hold greater significance, and the weight of each decision is felt more profoundly. However, This increasing intensity does not signify an end, but rather an amplification of the game's importance and potential. Think about how many times a team has faced a bleak scoreline in the first half, only to emerge triumphant by the final whistle. Remember, the game of life, just like football, offers no certainties until the final moment. You have the ability, at any stage, to change the course of your life, redefine your strategies, and make that comeback. The match is far from over. Your second half is yet to be played. At 50, you're just 3 minutes into the second half. The scoreboard may not read in your favor yet, but remember, many of the most thrilling matches in history have seen their fortunes reversed well into the second half. It's too early to hang up your boots. Your spectacular goal is still within reach. At the age of 60, you find yourself in the 63rd minute of your match. This is a pivotal stage in many games, a moment where the balance of power can sway, and the potential for legendary comebacks is born. Perhaps at this stage, you start to feel the weariness seeping into your bones. Your pace isn't quite what it used to be. Yet, this is not a disadvantage, but a call for adaptation. Just like seasoned footballers modify their game, utilizing their wealth of experience and strategic acumen to make up for their physical constraints, you too can redefine your approach. You adjust your game to fit your limitations, finding new ways to be effective and impactful. It's not about outrunning your opponent anymore. It's about outsmarting and outmaneuvering them. Your mind becomes your most potent tool on the field. At the age of 70, you're in the 78th minute of your match. It might feel like the game is almost over, but it's crucial to remember that some of the most iconic moments in football history have occurred at this stage. This late in the game, every move can alter the outcome dramatically. It's a period fraught with suspense, where heroes are born and memorable narratives are written. As the final whistle approaches, the goals become more meaningful. There's a sense of urgency, a realization that every moment counts. But amidst this rush, remember that the game of life isn't just about the goals scored or the victories achieved. It's also about how you played the game and how you treated your teammates, your opponents, and yourself. There may be dreams you haven't realized, or goals you haven't scored. You may feel a sense of regret, thinking of what could have been. But take heart. Our minds tend to be overly ambitious, setting goals that may have been unattainable from the start. It's important to remember that it's okay not to have done everything, to have scaled every mountain, or to have conquered every challenge. Life isn't a checklist of achievements to be crossed off. It's a journey to be lived. Looking back at your life, it's not the grand accomplishments that will define you, but the love and respect you gave to others, the kindness you showed, the help you offered, the joy you spread. These are the real victories. And even if the game of life ends, as it must for us all, it's these moments of genuine connection and caring that will echo in the hearts of those we leave behind. In the grand football match of life, it's never too late to score your most memorable goal. So, tie those laces tighter and remember, the game isn't over yet. You still have time. And in this game, every minute counts.